Howdy y'all, my name is Brun Hefferton, Mistrunner, Told of the Mistrunner tribe, and today I want to talk to y'all about tanking heroic slave pens. Now, heroic slave pens is way harder than regular slave pens. In my opinion, it is more difficult than Steam Vault's heroic and Underbog heroic. The stuff slaps. So these first lobster packs are humanoid. You could distract and sap one. So I'm gonna pull now. In heroics, everything hits super hard. So you want to use the CC that you have to reduce the incoming damage on the tank and the party. These lobsters hit for what? 2k each. Non-crit on plate. You could also sheep these. You can stun these if you don't miss. Revenge stun works. Another 3-pack. We're doing diamond for saps. These are technical saps. Let's see if he can do it. They patrol really fast. Can he get the distract? He gets the distract. Gets the sap, we pull. Battle shout for initial threat. Gonna open with some devastates. 1 devastate on each one, and then I'm gonna work on skull. I'm gonna tab to X. Threat's still looking good. Tab back to skull. And it's down. Throw a concussion blow. You want your hooks to be slow and steady. Make sure you're in control of every pull if you can. You need Mission Impossible theme for these moments? No, you... Well, that's the DMCA. Alright, next we got the slave handler with the slaves. And as soon as you kill the handler, the slaves all run away. So we'll pull these back. And we'll focus on the skull. I just want to make sure I get some threat on the slaves too. So I'm going to battle shout for initial threat. I'm backing it up because we don't want to get feared into that pack. I'll sunder this guy. Devastate rather. Devastate skull. And now I'll get a thunderclap and demo shout on everything. Just to reduce incoming damage. And then I'll get a war stomp. And then I'll try to pull this off the healer. And the slaves run away. We saved them. If you want to farm rep in here, do regular steam vaults. Heroics are generally not the places where you want to get rep. It's just not very efficient. Alright, I have good rage, so I'm going to walk up. I'll spell reflect that frostbolt. That gives me threat on that guy. I'm going to make sure nobody's on the healer. And then I'll focus on the skull. Alright, and they run away. But the evade thing, it's relative to how far away they were from the slave handler. So this slave, he didn't run away because the slave handler died over there. Something to be aware of. Next we got a double champion pull. These hit pretty hard. They got a 2-hander. He might be able to sap. I'm not sure. He could try. I think his distract was maybe good. Let's see if he can do it. Yep. Easy sap. Now we can just fight one at a time. Steady and smooth. You can disarm these if they don't parry you. Also good to have an armor elixir on. These ones do a fear, so you want to have Tremor Totem down. Or Fear Ward on the tank. And also you should pull with the knowledge that you could have a party member feared in any direction. So try to take your pulls at a good spot. You can skip all these. And now this is a big room with a whole bunch of pulls. What we're going to do is we're going to pull along the right-hand side. You could even skip this one if you want to play it a little bit spicy. So let's try to do that. We can pull this pack way back. And there's a patrol here. So I'll just mark that star. So pull this one. And we'll pull it way back. Way back. We want a line of sight. We'll disarm him. Interrupt this. Taunt this. Get back on the skull. Can throw a demo shout. Now the slaves run away. Good. Alright. Now we got Entantrus. Double Enchantress and a champion. Can just sap whatever. These do fears and cast spells and stuff. I'm going to pull them way back. Way back, assuming that we're going to get feared toward another pack. The champions do an AoE fear. Tremor Totem, Fear Ward should be up. I can stun this guy. I can bash that. Nice and clean. Alright, we'll pull this one back. Still pulling it back. Keeping it clean. Entangling roots interrupted. Alright, that's all clear. We can skip that pack. It's a regular adamantite. That would be nice. But is it worth one of those pulls? Okay, we got a patrol over here. We can sap one. And then we'll pull that. There's also a slave handler pack here. We'll pull that first. Around the corner. We're going to have to get this one anyway. We're going to hug this left wall. I'm going to get a thunderclap. I'm going to get a demo shout. Make sure all these guys are on me. Throw a war stomp too. Clean. Alright, they all run away. Now we can get a sap on this pack. We want to watch out for this one. Alright, you got the sap. We're going to pull. I'm going to get a stun on the champion. Reduce chances that he's going to fear. I do have Fear Ward on me, so I can break the first one. Another thing you could do is apply some slows. Make sure you don't get runners and stuff. Yep, nice Tremor Totem. Undead Will of Forsaken. DPS Warriors Berserker Rage. It's a physical type fear, so you cannot dispel the one that the champions use. Alright, clean pull. We can skip this one. We may be able to skip that one as well. Easiest route would be just to clear it though. We got some lobsters over there. And we can do the skip. Alright, 2 defenders. These hit pretty hard and cannot be CC'd. So I'm going to see if I can charge up. Yep. We charge up. And I'll get a thunderclap. Healer is up here. I disarm the skull. Reduce incoming damage. Demo shout. Reduce incoming damage. There's a spell reflect here. Don't cast spells into that. They'll just go right back at you. Very clean. Reflecting that Thunder Fury. This pack you do have to pull. Double Technician. These throw bombs. You can just pull them. They also cast a channeled rain of fire, which can be interrupted. Getting a couple devastates on Skull. Get a devastate on X, and then go back to Skull and taunt it. There's the rain of fire. We can interrupt that. Skull is dead. We'll just stun X. Keep it nice and easy on the healer. Alright, very good. Boss is here. We are going to have to pull this pack anyway. May as well just pull it now since the boss is up. We can get a sap on one of these. Make it a little bit easier on us. He gets the distract. These are all humanoids, so you could sheep them as well. We're going to line of sight pull. Since the boss patrols back. Steady and safe. Trying to hold threat on both. Demo shout for less incoming damage. There's a cripple ability. It's a magic effect. It can be dispelled, but also can be interrupted. Now I'm going to save rage to get a little bit of threat on the diamond. And then as the diamond is dying, we're going to save rage again to have a little bit of rage on the boss. We can skip that one, and we can skip this one. We're going to pull the boss next. So he does a healing ward totem, an earth grab totem, and a fire totem. The fire totem goes off so fast you can't kill it in time, so it's just going to blow up. Usually when he's going to cast that, you just run out. So I'm going to pull him here.
You brought this on yourselves.
I get some threat. There's a stone skin totem. You cannot interrupt this. Stone skin is just going to give him some armor. Healing ward. I'm going to tab and kill that. He's going to do a Fire Nova totem. Probably. There it is. Yep, that hits pretty hard. Almost kills the Clothy straight away. So you'd want to be about... See, that hit him from there? You'd probably want to be back here. About 25. 25 or more yards away. Be sure to loot your Badge of Justice, as it is a heroic. And then you can skip that pack. Run up the ramp here. What else does boss drop? Heroic mode. Some gems. Good PvP gem there for warriors. Healing. Rogue or feral. Mail piece. Neck. Healing wave. Spell hit dagger. Not bad. Alright, as we're coming up, there's a pull. It patrols, and it should turn around here. We can get a sap off. Good sap. We have plenty of room here so I can charge defensive stance shield slam. Get some devastates off on Skull and X. Get a demo shout to reduce incoming damage. Get a battle shout up to increase outgoing damage. And I'm just using devastate, interrupting that rain of fire. Interrupting the cripple. Good pull. Gets a sap. Shield slam. Devastate Heroic. Alright, switching to the next. There's patrol going down the other side here. You can skip that if you move swiftly. So we're going to go ahead and skip. It can be nice to just mark it so you have a bit more of a visual reference. We got a double defender pull. You cannot sap these. And we want to kill them pretty fast because that other patrol is going to be coming. So I'm just going to go, charge, Thunderclap and Demo Shout because he's hit pretty hard. I'm going to build threat. Devastate. I'm going to disarm Skull. And oh man. They will just blap a healer. So you want to make sure you have at least one devastative threat on both of these. And they do have a cleave ability, so you don't want to stand next to them. Get them up, bandage them up, buff them up. This is another one that you could skip. Maybe. Let's try it. Yep. Easy skip. Jumping down. That is also a skip. This is also a skip. You just gotta time it until they're all the way over on the right. We can go. Go, go, go. All the way around. Keep an eye on the team, make sure nobody butt pulled. And we're good. Double champion, these do the fear. Did we butt pull? Alright, we butt pulled. So we'll mark, interrupt. There is an entangling root effect. So we'll get a war stomp. Technicians don't hit super hard for melee. Just want to make sure you interrupt that rain of fire. Revenge stun is very good. Interrupt lightning bolt. And we can move on to the champions. These can be sapped. Yeah, there's a Serpent Shrine Cavern attunement quest over here. So you can talk to this guy, and he asks you to get a blazing or burning signet from Magtheridon and from Gruul. So Earthen Signet is from Gruul, Blazing Signet, oh sorry, it's from Nightbane. Nightbane and Karazhan. Serpent Shrine Cavern is not out in this patch, but you still need to get attuned, and you can work on your attune in this patch. Okay, let's try to get a sap. I don't think he knows. But diamond is usually sap. We can just tank it. These guys use a two-hander, so we disarm it. And they hit melee, so we Demo Shout. These do the AoE Fear that's physical. Tremor Totem is good. Fear Ward is good. Alright, now we got Lobster Packs. We can sap the closest one, make it easiest on the rogue. We'll pull this one way back. We don't want to fight over there. Okay, I'm going to pull Skull. Battle Shout for initial threat. Battle Shout again. We did get a triangle. So I'll Demo Shout, reduce incoming damage, make sure I still have Skull. A lot of times the DPS will go really hard right away on the Skull. So what I try to do whenever a pull is coming in is I try to hit the Skull with something first, say a Devastate or a Shield Slam. And then after that I try to get one Devastate on the X and one on the triangle, and then I try to go back to Skull. Because by around that point, if they were going Zug Zug on the Skull, your top damage may be pull and threat, so you can get a quick taunt and then continue building threat on the Skull until it's dead, and then work on X. Alright, next pull is a gnarly one. This is a really good druid pull because druids can sleep these rays. The rays cast Psychic Horror, which is not a fear effect, it's a horrify effect. Tempest hit pretty hard physical, and then these observers, they've got a two-hander as well. So we can sap the diamond, we can hibernate this, you could sheep one of these targets if you had a mage, and you could also hunter trap. So I'm going to pull, that should give us two of them. Druid just slept the moon. Devastate, tab, devastate. Tab back to the Skull. Second Devastate, revenge. Third Devastate, shield slam, shield block. Immolate is cast by these observers. Could be dispelled, magic effect. Cloak of Shadows. We kill X. And we want to pull. But we want to pull these way back. Way back. Because we could get horrified in that direction. Druid can refresh sleep on moon. We focus down the healer now. So you didn't necessarily need to be sapping the healer to start. Just did that because it was the closest. So there's the range on the Psychic Horror effect. It's pretty far. So here would be like the absolute furthest forward you would want to have this. These can be stunned as well, and that ability can be interrupted. It's just a very quick cast. Alright, Rockmar Crackler. He's crack-a-lackin'. This guy's pretty much a tank and spank. He does some water spit, which isn't a ton of damage. The main ability that he does is a physical sort of bleed effect on the main tank. And the tank is going to be taking bleed physical damage until they get topped off. So you need to keep the tank at 100% whenever possible for this fight. Wow, lucky. Oh man, this is big money. Holy crap. Alright, we're pulling. Devastate, shield block, blood rage. He doesn't do a knockback, so you don't need to put your back against the wall, but you could. Water spit. Hits for 1500, not too bad. A lot of the spells in a heroic don't really hit much harder than in the regular. Oftentimes it's the physical stuff that hits way harder. He's not really hitting me too hard, so my rage is pretty low. You can communicate that to your DPS, say, hey DPS, I'm pretty geared for this fight maybe. I'm not getting too much rage, so watch the threat meter. I'm using the Details Tiny Threat add-on here to track threat. He doesn't enrage. We'll see how hard he's hitting in the combat log. 2.3k, 2.3k, 2.1k, 2.4k. And that's going to be against 1500 armor. That's with armor elixir. Alright, now we can do some skips. I'll show you his loot table real fast. Some gems. Tank cloak. Spell crit damage and healing cloak. Leather waist. Healing boots. Spell crit paladin belt. And then a hit rating neck for warrior. Okay, we can skip that. Hug left. We can skip. If you wanted to play it safe, you could kill these. But if you want to save a little bit of time, risk it for the biscuits, you can skip. There's a patrol here. Want to keep an eye out on that. I'll mark it star. And then here, we can do a quick pull. Diamond, skull, X, triangle. Okay. Sap when ready, we can pull it back into this corner. We want to earth shock if we can, if they cast on me. And a battle shout. Let's open with the war stomp. The soothsayers do a mind control thing. You want to blow up these caster ones really fast if you can. Try to stun them, interrupt them. The champions also do the AoE fear, so Tremor Totem is a must. Be quick on your Will of Forsaken. And the patrol is coming back now. So I'm going to try to pull this champion before they're back, so it doesn't chain to them. Again, if you wanted to play it safe, you could just do that pull, and then do this patrol pull before you get here. Totally up to you how risky or safe you want to play it. If you do ass pull and wipe, then it's going to cost you more time than it would to do the pulls. So use your best judgment based on your group composition. I would say it mainly comes down to what fear protection you have. The more fear protection you have, the better the skip is going to be. We have Fear Ward, plus Tremor, plus Undead. So it's pretty good. These defenders hit hard. I'm going to get a battle shout. You could skip these as well, if you waited for them to pat. But it's kind of nice to just show the pull. They do hit quite hard. So disarm is good, demo shout is good, and they're doing a cleave too, so if you're a caster, make sure you're not standing next to these. And if you're a DPS physical, make sure you're behind them. Cleave is a frontal ability. Whirlwind is all the way around. Alright, now we can pull. Or run around, rather. That's a skip. There's a patrol that comes down this hallway. Now these slaves end up getting pulled by things like Thunder Fury proc and just AoE, so I like to just pull them. Or these workers. Alright, next pull, we can get a sap. It's a 4 pull, pretty big one. Let's sap one of the champions, they do an AoE fear. Let's kill the Soothsayer first. Trying to get in, save the rogue. Interrupting arcane missiles, tabbing over, holding the X, devastate, tab devastate the triangle, disarm the triangle. He's got a two-hander. Here's AoE fear. The nice tremor tick. Same deal, just pulling these to reduce the chance that we AoE and get them during a lobster pull. We got 2 lobster pulls coming up. It's 4 each. They look kind of stacked up, where maybe it looks like 2 or 3, but there's a 4th one in there. We can just mark whichever. If he can get a sap, that would be great. We need to back up. We may get in combat. Alright, so I can just tab to get to the other one. And now we'll pull back. Way back.
Metamorphosis complete.
Shield slam and skull. Tabbing over. Devastate. Tabbing over. We get an intervene taunt. Demo shout. And we do a thunderclap. Good pull. The X is sapped over there. We're gonna get this after this one. Alright. We'll save a little bit of rage. Thread is good. Alright, there's X. Shield slamming it. Next we got one more lobster pull. We'll get 1 sap again. If you had a mage, you could get 1 sheep. If you had a hunter, you could lay 1 trap. Pull them into it. So that's what I'm talking about. It looks like 3, but it's actually 4. He could get a sap. Is it 3? One, 2. It's only 3. Oh, shield block. He's hit hard. If DPS want to play it safe, they should give the tank about 2 seconds. There's a really big difference in how the threat starts out for a pull, depending on if you get parried or dodged or whatever. So sometimes the tank starts out and they get a shield slam crit, and holy moly, you have a ton of room to DPS. Other times the tank goes in and gets parried, and they get almost no threat, so be flexible. Keep an eye on the threat meter. And we are done with the lobsters. Next pull, we can get a sap, or a sheep, or a trap. And we have plenty of room now. Okay, gonna go in. Charge shield slam. Once we tab over to defensive, I got 1 devastate on each one. Now I'm gonna work on skull again. Alright, threat on X and triangle looking good. Can just disarm one. Make it easier on the healer. Last guy. Next up, we let this guy out of the cage. He gives us a really nice nature resistance buff, but we have to fight 1 pull to do that. Alright. Got 2 Lady Naga and then 1 champion. There's an AoE Fear. We can just give them a taste of their own medicine. AoE Fear. All the other pulls and stuff have been killed up at this point, so we have plenty of room. You don't have to worry about aggro and more packs. And the Soothsayer's Mind Control. So you want to kill those first. It's Marked Skull. And there's a Fear as well. Tremor Totem, save us. Yep. Definitely want to get those Soothsayers down quick. I'll disarm. And the champions do have a cleave as well. Get your boon from this guy. Gives you 110 nature res and all stats by 5%. Pretty nice for the last boss. The last boss's main ability is this butt wiggle poison spit thing. And he usually faces away toward the raid. So what we're going to do is we're going to taunt as soon as that happens. So he's not doing that toward the raid, he's doing it toward the tank. And then after the taunt duration ends, he's going to turn back around, so we're going to Mocking Blow. Give the healer a bit of time for mana. The broken ear debuff that was on me is tinnitus. It's one of the changes they put in for drums, so you don't have 25 leather workers in a raid, you only have one per group. Alright, I'm gonna go pull this guy. We're gonna fight him up here on the left.
5, 4, 3,
Blood Rage up.
2, 1.
Ranged weapon. Getting some threat. Shield block is up. Give the tank a couple seconds. Face the boss away from the raid. Throw a demo shout. Shield block is up. Now we're watching for his cast bar. When is he going to cast the butt wiggle ability? There it is, acid spray, but he's casted it on me. Nice and easy. I don't have to do much. Go watch for the next one. Poison can be cleansed. He may do his butt wiggle again. If we did, we would taunt. And then at the end of the taunt, we would Mocking Blow. Healing leather pants. Hit rating Agi shoulders, pretty good. Shaman. Damage and healing stam and boots. Primal nether. What else do you drop? Hit rating crit AP legs, leather, pretty good. Spell crit damage and healing shoulders, male, and elemental shaman. Crit AP stam neck. And some gems. Hope y'all found this run useful. Let me know if you have any tips and tricks in the comments for how you approach heroic slave pens. From me, Brunt, ancestors watch over you. And don't forget to repair before you leave town. I'll see you on the next one.